Hi all, welcome to the presentation of POFO Connector, our integration solution that bridges Dynamics 365 project operations and finance and operations. The aim of this connector is to streamline your business processes from project sales to financial operations, eliminating standalone systems and manual entry. Let's start by understanding the key challenges businesses face without integration. Firstly, manual data entry increases the workload and introduces errors. Secondly, operating two separate systems often results in data mismatches. Billing delays occur because data isn't transferred in real time. These disconnected systems also consume valuable time and lead to collaboration issues between project and finance teams. The POFO connector addresses these pain points by automating the flow of data between these systems. What are the key benefits of using the POFO connector? The automated integration reduces manual efforts and saves time. It also ensures better collaboration between your project and finance team due to synchronized workflows and data consistency. We use Azure Logic app for integration, ensuring real-time syncing of masters and transaction data. Approved entries in project operations is synced to finance and operation for tracking and reporting. The solution includes an error handling and retime framework, complete with logs and alerts to help administrators stay in control. Now let us understand who is this solution built for. The POFO connector is ideal for professional services firms, consulting organization, and any project-based business which uses Dynamics 365. It helps project managers track progress and budgets accurately and enables finance managers to manage billing and accounting with precision. Let us address some frequently asked questions. The pricing includes deployment, configuration, and user training. We sync master data like addresses, products, contacts, and payment terms. Business transaction data starts fresh post deployment. Customization is available. We can modify the integration to suit your specific requirements through consulting services. Here's an overview of the system architecture. Azure Logic App and Function App serves as the middleware. Data flows between project operation to finance and operations via standard data entities and no dual write is involved. This approach gives you flexibility, transparency, and easier maintenance while ensuring compatibility with future upgrades. This diagram shows how our integration actually works. On the left-hand side, we have data originating from project operations. This includes time entries, expense entries, and other transactions. This data flows from Azure Logic App and Function App, which serves as a middleware. On the right-hand side, the data reaches Dynamics Finance and Operations, where it becomes available for invoice proposal generation, project cost visibility, and financial reporting. The process is secure, scalable, and doesn't require dual write. The result is one continuous workflow from project to cash. Let's look at a case study. USSI, a professional services company who managed its projects in project operations and used FNO for financial reports. At USSI, their team manually re-entered time and expense data into both the systems. This resulted in delay of customer invoicing, inefficient procurement, and limited visibility into the financial performance at the project level. Let me explain the integration scenario post the implementation of POFO connector. First, we start with project-based customer records being created in project operations after the lead and opportunity generation. The customer entity is now pushed to FNO. Reference data selected in project operations for the customers like addresses, payment terms are also synced along with the masters. Now we move on to the vendor. Here we have created a vendor in project operations, and through the connector the same vendor is automatically synced to finance and operations. Here, the payment terms and the vendor details like addresses, contact information is automatically synced along with the vendor data. In case the business requires the flow from FNO to PO, we can make the modifications accordingly. Now, moving on to the project creations. A new project is created in project and operations with all the details like timelines, budget, currencies. The same data is synced to FNO. In FNO, the project data can be seen in the project management and accounting module. This approach ensures that the finance receives all the operational records with the correct project structure and classification, which eliminates any need for manual entry, ensures accurate posting, and supports faster billing cycle. Now, moving on to the transactional data. Once the bookable resources are created in project operations like consultants, engineers, we move on to book their time in project operations through time entries. Once these time entries are approved, they are synced to finance and operations. Time entries pushed from project and operations are synced in finance and operations as project time journals in draft mode. As per the workflow in finance and operations, they are approved and recorded as labor cost on the projects. Now we move on to expense entries. The resources claim the travel, meal, and other expenses in project operations. Once these expenses are approved in project and operations, they are available as project expense journals in finance and operations. In FNO, the expense journals are synced in draft mode. As per the workflow, the expense journal entries are approved for posting. On the procurement side, project vendor invoices are also supported. If a subcontractor or a vendor provides any service or material to a project, he submits an invoice. This invoice is recorded as project vendor invoice in project operations. Through integration, this vendor invoice is mapped to a project purchase order and then to a vendor invoice journal in FNO. This ensures that the project commitment is tracked in finance. This ensures that the FNO workflow from purchase order to vendor invoice is maintained in FNO. Once the time and expense entries and vendor invoices are created in finance and operations, we now proceed to create the project invoice proposal in project operations. Once the draft sales invoice is transferred in finance and operations, finance team can review and post this to generate the final customer invoice. This is the first step towards revenue recognition and receivable tracking in finance. Once all project transactions are integrated into finance and operations, we can use the out of box reports available in finance and operations that cover the key areas of any project like revenue, cost, profitability, and billing. Thank you for exploring the POFO connector with us. It is flexible to extend the connector by adding and syncing additional entities. Our goal is to empower your teams with tools they can rely on every day. We believe that by simplifying project and operations, organizations can achieve greater efficiency, accuracy, and agility. If you're ready to implement or would like a customized walkthrough, reach out to us. Thank you.